Hey YouTube, it's RooTube here. Tonight I am making grits, which actually is cheesy grits with roasted portobello mushroom cap and roasted tomatoes. First things first, gotta start our grits because they're gonna take a while. So just follow the directions. You can follow the directions on yours. I'm not going to. I'm going to get my water in there, get it nice and warm. I'm using a little bit more water a little bit more liquid. And for my water, I'm using 50-50. If it says 4 cups, use 2 cups water, 2 cups some kind of milk or dairy product. And in this instance, since that's all I have, I'm using half and half. So I got my 2 cups of water in there. I got, there we go, my 2 cups of half and half ready. And once I get this going, once I get the water nice and hot, since it's what I have, I'm using bouillon powder, chicken bouillon powder. And I want just enough to flavor this. Now I'm heating this up first because, well, it won't burn like the milk will. So I'm gonna get this hot first. Or my hands are clean. At least I think so. So I'll just cut this off for a second because my videos have been really long lately. And then once this, I'll get going again. Alright, I got this hot enough so this will take and mix up nicely. So I'm gonna start with 4 tablespoons of this. Now this is going to be salty, okay, just so you know ahead of time. There we go. And then we find a whisk, which I have no idea where any of them are, because we want this to be flavored, but I'm really not going to put the ending touches on it till the end. I want it flavored, but I don't want the full flavor yet. I don't want the grits to be bland, but I also don't want to be over seasoned. I mean, they call for, I think this brand calls for a half a teaspoon of salt for 3/4 of a cup, which means that's a decent amount of salt. But this is where my salt's mostly going to come from. Whew! Yep, that's it. Just gonna rinse this out. Oh, use it again later. Right, this is warming up nicely. So I'm gonna put my half and half in here. Start really good. There we go. I like to get every little bit out of there. Force habit. Oops. And get it all over place to it. Now I'm gonna leave that right there. And that is what I'm gonna put my whisk in. Just like that. Now I am going to take a little bit of granulated onion. Dust everywhere. And then I'm going to take my pepper medley, put some of that in there, just like that. Okay, a little bit of celery powder. Not too much though. Like I said, you're going to under-season right now anyways. You want a decent flavored liquid. But once they cook, they're going to taste completely different. Because they are bland. Alright. Get this nice and warm before we put our grits in it. Because it'll cook a lot faster that way. back so nobody trips on it or breaks it. So I'm gonna just let you guys go for a couple minutes, and when this gets warm, I'll kick this right back on. Alright, I got this down. I turned it down because it's starting to bubble. I don't want the milk to burn. And I'm going to take my grits, which I'm using about a cup, and I'm going to slowly mix them in. There we go, just like that. Whoop. I'll get them nice and mixed in. And these do, since these are instant grits, they do take a little bit longer. I don't think I've never used instant grits. I haven't made grits a whole lot of times, but a couple times I have, I've never used instant. There we go. Hey, porker. Nice and mixed up. Get the heat up just a little bit to get it back up again. See, it's bubbling. Set that right there because I don't want to drop and break that. I don't want this to burn. There we go. It smells really good. There we go. And I'll turn it down a little bit more. Ooh. Because it's bubbling. A little more than I want. I want a very light bubble here and there. I don't want it to boil because I don't want the milk fat in it especially to burn. So I'm going to take my lid. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm going to check it every couple minutes. And I'm not going to make you do that until it's time to grits are done. Okay, I'm back early. My grits actually started to dry out and tighten up a little too early, so I added a little bit more water, I added a little bit more milk. They say since each batch is technically different, the grits, that they all take different amounts of liquid and different cooking times. And to be honest, this is the first time I've ever used this brand of grits. So it might have actually been my fault too. I always like to add a little extra liquid, and I might not have added enough this time to start off with. Forgot I put black pepper in there. I was wondering what the little floating spots were. That's why I was looking like an idiot. So I just wanted to let you know, if you just keep an eye on them, if you notice they're tightening up too fast, or because I know for a fact they ain't cooked yet, because it's only been a couple minutes. Just add a little bit more liquid. It's better to add hot liquid than to it and cool it down, but I only had the cold liquid, so just want to let you guys know. I'm going to put the lid right back on there and let it go. Be back. Okay, while the grits are going, I'm still checking on here and there. I'm getting my vegetables ready. I got a nice piece of shallot. Since I'm going to roast these in the air fryer and use their little thing, I'm not cutting them up till afterwards. I got 2 cloves of garlic. I just cut the ends off it, took the skin off it. Like I said, I'm going to do the same with that too. Alright, then I'm going to take a whole portobello mushroom. I just wiped it off with a wet, damp towel. And then I'm going to just take some grape tomatoes. Put some in there. There we go, just like that. Somebody's trying to give Sophia a treat and she ain't paying attention. Just like that. Right. Now what I'm going to do is first off, put that like that. I'm going to take my, you can use whatever you want. I'm using a little olive oil. I'm not using extra virgin, just regular olive oil. And then I'm going to give that a good coat. My onion and garlic too. My tomatoes. Just like that. Now. She heard a bag of chips and she took off to the other room. There's really nothing she can have here. She can have a little bit of grits, but not once they're really cooked because they're going to have a lot of extra stuff on them. Alright, and I'm just going to take some regular old fine sea salt. Just like that. Just a little on everything. I don't want too much. I don't want stuff to be too salty. There, just like that. Okay. And I'm going to just take a little bit of white, just regular old white pepper. Try not to breathe in. Just like that. Alright. And I'm going to flip this over. Just like that. Flip my tomatoes. And I'm going to give put this right. I'm going to give everything a nice little spray. And I should underneath my feet again. That didn't last very long. It's alright. I love her. She's a big baby. Big spoiled baby. And I'm going to salt this side now. For everything. Right, and then I'm going to use a little bit of white pepper. Okay. That's it. I'm going to take them, and I'm going to throw them right in here. And oh, that's going to fit. Nope. There we go. I'm going to put them on the middle because the mushroom won't put on top. And I don't want to pop the bottom off it because, well, it's edible too, so I don't want to waste it. And I'm going to go at 400 for about 4 minutes, because I've never done the whole mushroom caps in this. I've done them whole on a wood grill, charcoal grill, but I've never done them in the air fryer. So I just want to see how, I'm just going to keep an eye on them. And I'll be back in just a couple minutes. Alright, while everything's going on, you know, I got my grits going, my veggies getting ready to look at, I'm gonna get my cheese grater. And I cannot find my box grater, so I'm using this. And in case you've probably seen them on TVs all over the place. Honestly, it's great. I really do. I use it all the time. So I'm just gonna shred some cheese up. Honestly, don't know how much yet. I'm gonna put it, of course, in the grits, and then I'm gonna try it out and see where I need to go from there. And it's just buzzed. Oh, they look good. Just want to make sure they don't burn. I want to roast them. I don't want to burn them. So I'm gonna give them 7 minutes this time. There we go. So get all your little side stuff done while you're waiting on your grits and all that. I'll be back. Okay, I've been keeping an eye on all this, and my tomatoes are right where I want them. They're burst, soft, but they're not completely squishy. We're going to take these out, just like that. And we're also going to take out our garlic. That's about right. I'm going to leave the onion in there a little bit longer. The mushroom, yeah, I'm going to put it down on the lower rack. Then, hey pork. Hey, you saw me drop some cheese, didn't you? You didn't be ding dong. I'm going to turn this down to about 250 degrees. And just let it go. I'm going to put it on like 7 minutes, but I'm just going to keep checking it. Alright, so. Alright, I've been checking and tasting my grits. I like where they're going. The flavor is really good. And they're getting there. So I'm just going to take the lid off. I'm going to keep stirring it here and there, make sure it doesn't burn or stick. And I'm going to let it tighten up and thicken up a little bit. And then, when they're ready, that's when I'm going to add my cheese. And make them cheesy grits, which are awesome. Like I said, you actually cook these to however you like. Because everybody likes them. Some people like a little al dente, some people like them cooked a lot. Some people just like them right, you know, on that spot. It all depends on you. So we're just gonna keep this going. Let it tighten up. I am repeating myself. I'm just saying what I'm doing. Okay? So what we do is we're just gonna keep tasting it, tasting it, tasting it. There we go. So we're gonna throw that over there. And I'm just gonna let this bubble a little bit. I'm gonna keep checking on my vegetables, keep checking on my grits, and I'll be back in a couple minutes. Okay, I am back real quick. Now I got my shallot right where I like them. So I'm gonna pop these out. I'm letting everything cool down just a little bit so I can, well, the garlic and the shallot I am gonna cut up. The mushroom, I am going to just carefully, without burning myself. Oh. This knife's not very good. All the knives that you own need to be sharpened. I got a nice set from my brother for Christmas, but I haven't wanted to open it. Maybe it's time to. There we go. Like that. Yep, that's beautiful. Just want to make sure this is cooked through. It's not. I want to make sure it's not mushy, but I want to make sure it's cooked through. Plus, when you cut it and just get a little crispy on it, it tastes better. Just like that. No, pork, you can't have mushrooms. Beautiful. I tell you, the grits, they're not quite done, but boy, they taste really good this time. I've never, like I said, I'm going to put this really close to the top. I'm going to clean up my mess. Give the grits another go. This, I'm going to turn up to 400, which is as high as it goes. But I'm only going to let it go about 3 minutes. And I'm going to check on my grits again. And they should be just about done. Like I said, I just want them to tighten up before I add the cheese. Alright, back. This is just about where I want it. So I'm going to take a whole big old handful of cheese and just drop it in there. I'm going to turn this right down so it's on very little heat. And I'm just going to stir my cheese in. Make sure it's all melted. I am hungry. Mine, I'm going to put pickled jalapenos in mine. Of course, that's going to be when I get some on a dish for myself. I'm going to do that because not everybody likes pickled jalapenos. So we're just going to give it a quick taste. Hopefully without burning ourselves. Or dropping it on the floor. That's good. Very good. I think that's actually, that might be all it's going to need. Now this brand of grits I really like. Can't remember where I actually probably got them from Amazon now I think about it. I'll check the brand in a second because I put them in a big old glass container with a sealing lid so they'd stay fresh for a while. Well, for quite a while. Okay, I must have thrown it back in the garbage. Which means I don't know what the name of the brand is. Sorry. They are good. They came in a big old bag. I give her water ground grits, yellow grits. If I ordered them on Amazon, I can always look them up. Because I think once we use these, I might stick with this brand because they're pretty good. They cooked super fast. Can't see it, but I'm looking at spoon clean. That is good. I'm gonna shut these off. One last good mix. I'm gonna grab me a spoon. Oops, there we go. They are still a little, they'll tighten up once they start to cool down and stuff. They're a little runny right now. And to be honest, I'm really hungry, so I really don't want to wait any longer. So you can cook them however you want. Usually I like them thicker than this, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. I gotta, let's see, move this camera real quick so you see what I'm doing. And we hear click clack and little snortings and sniffling, which means Porker smells food. Right, Pork? First things first. So I chopped up my shallot and my garlic. So I'm just gonna just spread these out on here. And I'm going to just take my tomatoes, spread those out too. Beautiful. Make sure I get all that off there. All that goodness. And I'm going to figure out what I did with my pot holder so I don't, oh there it is, so I don't burn my hands. I'm going to take my mushroom. Oops, a little warm, but tried to make it look pretty, but it ain't working. That's hot. Here we go. Oh, beautiful. And here are your roasted tomato and portobello mushroom cheesy grits. You gotta make this. I'm telling you right now, you gotta. So please like and subscribe. And everybody enjoy yourself. Be safe. Try to stay healthy. Easier said than done, I know, but try it. All right, everybody have fun. Bye-bye.